Welcome to Horror Reviews, where I review horror movies, anime, and TV shows. Honestly, anime will be horror anime, or honestly, I'm just going to delete my reviews and just change the reviews into everything reviews. Change it to everything reviews. That's what I'm actually going to do. I am your host, William Prouty, aka Nexus. Today, I'm actually doing The Lodge for 2019. I actually did say it from 2014 in the short, but it's actually from 2019. I am so sorry about that. Please don't judge me. Directed by Veronika, Franz, and Severin. They actually wanted to actually create a film that is actually good than their German speaking film, Goodnight Mommy. Well, they succeeded because they actually did a segment from their anthology segment of The Field of the Guide to Evil, and their historical of The Devil's Bath. The film followed Grace, played by Riley. Grace, who actually played Jack and Diana horror romance. She aired in the vampire horror movie The Kiss of Damn. She's Kim in It Comes at the End. She Jacqueline in Simple, aka Simple as the house that Jack built. Who actually is getting married to Richard Hall, played by Richard Armitage. Honestly, he actually played Gary Fuller in Into the Store, a disaster movie. Honestly, disaster horror movies are really like the 2012 or more like 2012 or Volcano or any of the disaster horror films I should do, but I actually never did a disaster horror film. But he actually lost his life to Enliven. His wife, Laura, played by Lisa Silverstone. She's actually Adrian/Darian Forrester in Crush. Jennifer in The Babysitter, 1995. Honestly, I had to do that because there is another Babysitter that is made in the 2010s. I am not joking. She Goody Rufiel in Vamps. She Mrs. Rang in The Killing of the Sacred Deer. She stabbed Tetra Riley in Scream 6. She Jacqueline in Requiem. Heidi in Penetrator. She Eva in Crazy House. She Robert in Y2K. She actually go to the lodge with her soon-to-be stepkids, Mia, who actually she played by Leah McHugh. She actually had cerebral palsy, and she actually played Christopher Diaz in the longest running series of ABC of Fox at ABC 911 as Christopher Diaz. She also played Abby on Tolum, the young Ashley on Long Came a Devil, Anna on A House on the Bayou. She Laura Mills in the Baby Blues, and her brother Aiden, who actually played by Jared Mall, who actually is in It Chapter 1 and 2, It 2017, and It Chapter 2 as Bill Donby and Eli in Y2K. If you actually want to know, Y2K is an apocalyptic film that I will actually cover because it's a freaking horror film. Honestly, what actually happened is the trip. They actually took a trip to the cabin, the lodge in the woods. And the events of her past get caught up into her for a number of unexpected events seem to connect to her own past. She get into this, but first. If you made it this far, please subscribe for more of my comment for more horror reviews, or my lives lost counts, or my live streams, or any of my content and my other channels, and go to my link tree for more of my amazing content. And let's begin with my horror review over The Lodge. The movie begins with the entertainment logo and then cut into film entertainment. Honestly, the film entertainment actually a show we actually see it actually start out at a bridge. The neon entertainment, it actually starts out blinking, just like in Infinity. And the Hammer production, just show everybody in. And when it's actually presented the production, we actually hear Laura inside the call Ada and Mia, and we actually see the gun that will be notified later. And the dollhouse, and we see the title card! I know it's not the lives lost count, but this is actually my review. I will actually say the title card. And it did. Laura actually was fixing her eyelashes, and honestly, Mia is stick her doll out the window. Aiden shake her doll hand and broke it, but she actually put it back on. But he was laughing and being annoying, and Mia saying that she don't like like Richard's new girlfriend. And Richard and he is actually talking to Laura, and he offered her tea and coffee, and she wants coffee, but he actually got instant coffee. What actually happened is he actually don't want to talk about this. He just want the divorce to be finalized. He going to marry Grace in September. He going to marry Grace. She say she okay with this. Honestly, Laura, the acting of Laura is not the. Well, we cut in to the next scene where where we are hearing the news about Laura. She messed with her necklace before she put the gun into her mouth and killed herself. Guys, hey, if you're still on, I said in the beginning, this is a horror review, not a live loss count. So, I will count this. I will count it for my Christmas review over The Lodge. The news keep on playing. And honestly, it jumped into Laura's funeral. Mia was crying, and everybody was holding black balloons and release them, showing that they go to heaven and seeing that actually is a lot common. It means a symbol that we know you're gone, but we can actually see that we're at peace. But honestly, Mia want to send her doll with her, and Mia is still upset and continuing to cry. Aiden sleep with Mia next to her, so she doesn't feel alone. Honestly, I love the chemistry between the actors and actresses. Honestly, Aiden and Mia, they're good brother and sister all throughout the movie. And the dollhouse keep on moving throughout the movie. Actually, they are actually playing something and 6 months later. It's actually Thanksgiving, and Richard wants to take them to the lodge for Christmas. But he actually wants to take Grace to it. But Aiden had nothing to do with Grace, and she said that Grace is a psychopath, and Mia is actually being a doll. Honestly, the actress. Honestly, this is actually to her character that Mia actually had to be her doll because, well, to tell you the truth, this is how little girls act. They actually had to feed their doll. They found out that Grace was in a cult group that lead by her father, Aaron Marshall, which is a freaking bad dad. This is why I honestly, I didn't know why one of my subscriber actually say do this for a Father's Day review until I watched the movie and do the horror movie, and oh my gosh, he's actually a bad father. We actually have the video, and we see two cultists with the mouths tied with sin in them, and Grace, well, this is my Father's Day video for my horror review. They actually do, but the actresses Leah and the actress Mia and Grace for Mia and Grace actually were mother and daughter for the short-lived American women. But Grace was actually a fun fact. Her actress was actually is still the great granddaughter of Elvis Presley. I guess we can hunka the king. They actually get ready to go, and he called Grace in. Fun fact that the dog name in the movie is Grady, but the dog real name is Wally. Fun fact, they didn't give it credit until 2024. They packed up the trip. Mia took one of his dolls, and Ada got his have spiders. The kids greeted Grace coldly. It colder than an iceberg. I'm sorry, it just winter jokes. Grace looked in the mirror, and they went to a gas station. And honestly, Grady actually went to pee. Her dog is out in the cold, but that could be a reference to later. But I do this because it's actually a Father's Day, and because the father. Okay, let's just get into it. Father, and she take her medication, and they actually pray for dinner, and Mia just pray for presents. Cute at her age. They actually eat breakfast for dinner, and Richard does the cross bother her, and she said no, it's fine, and they have a little sexy time. I mean sex, huh? Like I only going to do it to break the number one rule: no sex during a horror movie. But it's okay in the lodge, because at least they're not a mass killer. Richard making make her laugh, and the walls are thin. Aiden turn the dog, her wind blowing, and honestly, Mia and Aiden are still hostile with her. Mia play with the doll. Grace stay careful, but her doll fell in, and so did Grace, and she called a drink a hot drink. And honestly, she is okay to leave the kids with her for a while. And Grace was teaching to use a gun. And Grace and Richard told them not to look for their Christmas presents. Grace gonna decorate the house for Christmas. And Santa sing jingle bells. And honestly, Grace say that honestly, what actually happened is, asked Mia what she wanted for Christmas. She said a doll. Grace never had one as a kid because of her dad being religious and wouldn't give her a Bible. She never had a dog because of her dad, and Mia says she wanted a bulldog. Honestly, this is why I'm and we actually, as she say, and honestly, Mia want to show her what her dad got her for Christmas early. It was actually Richard years before she met Grace, making snow angels, and Grace knocked on the door, asks Aiden if he's hungry, so she actually ate alone. And the painting, honestly, it's actually a Renaissance painting that actually, and she actually showered and see Mom on the mirror, and the house breaking lights and memorial, and blow out the dog hears someone and growls. The piano, it's actually Grace having a bad dream, and she took pills, and she keep asking, honestly, him for a sandwich, but honestly, Grace want to talk to him, and he didn't want to talk. He talked about hormones and don't want to talk to him. Honestly, to tell you the truth, what is actually showing, the first thing was showing on the TV was the 1987 The Thing by John Carpenter, which I already covered on the count. And they actually used the gas heater to heat them up. And after they went to sleep, it was the Jack Frost 1997. Now they're asleep, and how she got outside, and they actually woke up, and there are blizzard outside, and everything is dead. And she said this is some kind of joke. There's no food, and then the picture is back, not broke, on the door, and her dog is gone. Everything is taken, even her dog. They go outside, but Grace said the generator is not working, and they actually eat. And Ada have a weird dream that the gas heater killed them. And January 29th, and she actually changed it back, and And Mia is talking to someone, but it's actually her. She was pretending on her phone. She actually repent on her mirror and got everything gone. Mia heard a voice. Think saw repent all over, and now she got the gun. And how did she know? Even though she actually heard the noise in the basement, and the guy and Joey knife, and she actually leave, and she actually sleepwalk, and the house looked like cross shape. She actually leave, and she actually leave in the storm, and she actually saw walking, and as she actually have loving memory of her dad. Wait, why did Grace got the memory? Obituaries of all three of them. Aiden want the. They are all dead. How now they gaslit her. Honestly, they're alive. Grady is now dead, and I am still not counting him, but I'm actually telling you what happened. Gray died because Mia let her out, and I'm still not counting that in the lost lives count, but to tell you what happened, the truth here is they were pretending. And she said we're all sinners and gaslit. She actually, and they actually gone way too far, and they actually broke her. And and Richard saw the dollhouse. Mia go down and use the bathroom, and Richard and Grace fully gone. She gaslit too far, and she actually burned me a doll. And now Richard tried to convince her that he's alive. We're all alive, and she actually shoot him dead. And the kids are left for the car and tried to start it. But she actually dragged her back, singing and having dinner with Richard's corpse. And if they don't sing, they're dead too. And they put sin on their mouths, and the movie ends. My final thoughts. Well, this is my Father's Day because the cult leader who is a big influence of Grace, that it's actually a psychological thriller horror. And let me actually explain what actually happened. Well, to tell you the truth, Mia and Aiden kind of went too far. They gaslit her and figured she's dead. They gaslit her so far. She reverted back when she was with her father in the cult. So it gaslit her so far. The themes are getting to the family and mental health. Honestly, mental health like suicide, suicidal and suicidal and 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 a lot of other things. The movies in this movie is The Thing, the older one, and Jack Frost, the 1997. Not confused with Jack Frost, the horror movie. It's the 1997 movie where the musician that actually got killed and get turned into a snowman. What happened to Grace? She went through a mental breakdown that she tried to kill herself. It didn't work, and she killed Richard because she was gaslit by Ada and Mia. That's it. The Lodge was released in 2019. And next I will continue The Conjuring with The Conjuring 2. But enjoy my longest lives lost count ever. We got a hell of a summer released in 2025, which is produced by none other than a new director. Directed by Flynn, by a Wolfhard, a actor. Then it will be, and then there were fewer. A Family Guy episode from season 9, episode 1 is the longest episode. I will enjoy doing this. And there was Sean, season 5, episode 17, A Boy Meets World. Then Ginger Snap said Otherworld. I will do a lot more. Stay tuned for that. And that's it. So, have a good day. Nexus is out. Goodbye.